Mahārāja Shri Gurudev ki jai. Nitil Pavishtam Vishnupad Ashatarashatashmar Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nitil Pavishtam Vishnupad Ashatarashatashmar Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Pavishta Maha Bhagavat Shri Goksharas Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Nitil Pavishta Shri Satchid Ananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitil Pavishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja ki jai. Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Patadash Raghunath Shara Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal Gaura Mandal Vraja Mandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund ki jai. Shri Mona Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Dandavat Pranam everybody. All right, so let's continue with our reading. Right now, I'm fixing the subtitles for the full documentary so that people can watch the full thing in different languages and yeah, be able to see it all without even sound. Okay, so, oops. We're going to read the first half of this chapter, chapter 8. Supreme Chastity, chanting with relationship. 1 second, let me just check. Everything's good. Looks like it. All right. Chanting with relationship. When we first enter devotional service, we are not aware of our specific relationship with Sri Krishna. We only know that Krishna is my master and I am his servant. Later, Gurudev helps us develop that particular relationship which is inherent in our heart. Unless one has a proper relationship with a bona fide Guru and a realization of one's own relationship with Krishna, Krishna Prem will not be attained by him for hundreds and millions of births. Bahu janma kore jadi shravana kirtan, tabu to na paye Krishna pade prema dhan. That's from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila 8:16. Adi Lila. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many births, he will not get the love of Godhead that is the ultimate goal of this chanting. One pure holy name chanted by a devotee who has taken initiation in a proper way and at least has somewhat realized his relationship with Krishna and his associates is superior to 300,000 names chanted by someone who is not. Srila Haridas Thakur was a pure devotee, and he chanted 300,000 holy names daily. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the title Namacharya Haridas Thakur, and greatly honored him. He daily gave him his darshan at Siddhabukul, Haridas Thakur's ashram, and sent him his prasad remnants with Govinda, his servant. Another devotee, a boy named Rupa, was very junior to Haridas Thakur. He was not an acharya, nor did he chant many holy names daily. This was because whenever he began to chant, he became so absorbed in Krishna's pastimes that he sometimes lost external consciousness and would simply weep in ecstasy. He was also writing books that explains the inner moods of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which the Lord had revealed to him in Prayag. By his preaching and writing, he taught the inner desire of Mahaprabhu in this world. Who is superior? Ordinary persons consider Srila Haridas Thakur superior to Srila Rupa Goswami, but those who know all the philosophical truths and understand that they understand that Srila Rupa Goswami is superior. One second, let me just... One second. Sorry, guys. Okay. Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. Who is superior? Okay, sorry, guys. Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari, and Haridas Thakur is both Brahma and Prahlad Maharaj. So Rupa Goswami is far superior. Such truths are unimaginable to people in general. Only those who do bhajan seriously can realize this fact. Let us try to enter deeply into Krishna Bhakti, taking initiation, diksha, in a real way, so that we can have permanent connection with Sri Krishna. We should also... Guys, one second. I'm really sorry to do this. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Let us try to enter deeply into Krishna Bhakti, taking initiation, diksha, in a real way, so that we can have a permanent connection with Sri Krishna. We should also honor a person who has not yet received diksha, but is chanting Krishna's name, for he is trying to be part of Krishna's family. Even if he rebukes us, we should still honor him. We should criticize only our undeveloped, unconscious mind. The mind is so wicked. Each morning, we should take a broom and beat the mind by saying, "O mind, be pure and try to serve Krishna." My humble request to everyone is to honor all senior Vaishnavas, senior in years spent with Gurudev, as well as senior in Bhakti. We cannot realize who is senior or junior in Bhakti unless we ourselves are advanced. Sometimes we may be able, but generally we are only qualified to consider who is senior or junior in years with Gurudev. This is good, but the consideration on the basis of Bhakti is superior. There's a footnote. And there's so many footnotes. Okay. Oh, and I don't see this footnote 29. That's interesting. Oh, there's footnote 29. Okay. All right. Okay. Jaino Vaishnav, Chiniya Loya Adar. Oh, wait. They made this wrong. It's Jaino Vaishnava Chiniya Loya Adara Korivo Jabe Vaishnavera Kripa Tahar. Sarvas. Hoy. And then there's a comma. Avashapaibu. Okay, sorry about that. Paibu. Okay. I'll fix that. Okay, when one will be able to recognize when will one be able to recognize a Vaishnava and offer him respect? Then one will undoubtedly attain all perfection by his mercy. Those who are not qualified to realize who is a Kanishta Adhikari, who is a Madhyam Adhikari, and who is an Uttam Adhikari are surely above Madhyam Adhikari, and such Vaishnavas should be respected. There's a footnote here. Oh, it's too long of a footnote. I'm not going to read that now. Our spiritual life develops greatly when we give respect according to this standard, considering the stages of one's real advancement in devotion. Oh, shoot. Did I? Okay, I did. Sorry, guys. It is not correct to honor everyone in the exact same way. Rather, we must consider whether one is a Kanishta, Madhyam, or Uttam Adhikari, and give honor accordingly. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tasting Unattojvala Ras. Anarpita Chirim Chirat Karunaya Vatirna Kalo Samarpayitum Unattojvala Rasam Sabhakti Shriyam Hari Purata Sundara Dyuti Kadamba Sambhipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Va Sachi Nandana. May that Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Shachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. I have discussed the Unattojvala Ras that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to taste, the mood of Srimati Radhika, as well as the Unattojvala Ras that he wanted to distribute among all the qualified souls, the mood of a maidservant of Srimati Radhika. The moods of Srimati Radhika that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to taste are actually Unattojvala Ras, and what he distributed through the chanting of the holy names, through Nam Prem, is a part of that. I want to give a vivid explanation so that you will understand the difference between these two kinds of Unattojvala Ras. Until now, I have explained that the mood of Dasya, Sakya, and even Vatsalya is not Unattojvala Ras. Even the Swakiya mood of Rukmini and Satyabhama towards Sri Krishna, as well as that of Sita Devi towards Sri Ramachandra, is not Unattojvala Ras. Very rare persons will be able to grasp the truths of this topic. Those whose hearts are pure and who have served an elevated Vaishnava and are associating with him will understand. Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Krishna could not give this understanding to all, and therefore I also cannot give it to all. Those who have come to hear these discourses surely have past impressions made on the heart from previous lives' devotional activity. Those who have come to hear these discourses surely have past impressions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy. That is why they have come to join us from different parts of the world, like England, America, Australia, Holland, and Canada, and are traveling with me to various countries. It is certain that they have some impression of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's family of devotees. If they continue associating, then by hearing all these truths, they can gradually understand and realize them. Certainly, a very strong impression will be made in their hearts. Those who have no interest in this are not destined to understand it, and therefore they will not come to hear. Spiritual chastity. In Indian Vedic culture, there was a shadow of Unattojvala Ras in the lives of married couples. When a qualified man and a chaste qualified girl married, They recited Vedic mantras with the witness of fire, air, water, especially Ganga water, tulsi, shalagram, brahmins, and devotees. After this, they were generally not allowed to reject each other, except in some extraordinary situation wherein the spouse lost faith in Sri Krishna and his associates, or in chanting Harinam. Only in that case would he or she be rejected. This is also true with Gurudev. He cannot be rejected in any way unless he is like the faithless spouse. Even if he is not very beautiful, if he is ugly, if he rebukes, if he sometimes gives a slap, or if he controls us for our benefit, not his own benefit, these are not good reasons for giving him up. The above-mentioned personalities are witnesses during the marriage ceremony, after which the wife is considered half of the husband's body, ardagni. She becomes sahadharmini, which means she always helps her husband in religious principles, in bhakti, and in all other activities. In Indian culture, we do not take the wife as a maidservant. She is a sahadharmini. That's nice. Nowadays, things have changed. The married couples follow Western culture and give up religious activities, such as respecting guru, brahmins, elders, and neighbors. However, if the marriage ceremony is observed in the Vedic way, with Vedic mantras chanted under the guidance of Guru and Vaishnavas and witnessed by fire, shalagram, water, air, etc., then the married couple becomes Swakiya, which is itself a shadow of Parakiya Unatojularas. Those who, from the beginning of their marriage, have no affection for their husband and who love another person are called Parakiya. In the material world, this is very degraded. However, regarding Krishna and his beloveds, Uddhav says in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, and Srila Vyasadeva and Srila Shukadeva Gosvāmī also say, Kvayamastriyo vanacharir vyabhichara dushta Krishnev kvachaisa paramatmani viruddha bhava nan vishwaro nubhajato vidusho pi sakshat shreyas tanut jagadaraja ivo payukta. Śrīmad Bhagavatam 10:47-59. How amazing it is that these simple women who wander about the forest, seemingly spoiled by improper behavior, have achieved the perfection of unalloyed love for Krishna, the Supreme Soul. Still, it is true that the Supreme Lord himself awards his blessings even to an ignorant worshipper, just as the best medicine works even when taken by a person ignorant of its ingredients. Those who have no connection with Krishna, even if they are chaste in their marriage relationships, are like prostitutes, vyabhichar. On the other hand, whether a lady is married or not, if she is serving Krishna, chanting Krishna's names, remembering Krishna, and thinking Krishna to be her beloved, her chastity is considered superior to all goddesses and other chaste ladies. The most chaste ladies. You may have heard the names of Arundhati, Savitri, and Damayanti. And there were so many other chaste ladies like them in Indian culture. You may have heard the names of Draupadi, the wife of the 5 Pandavas, Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas, Mandodhari, the wife of Ravana, Ahalya, the wife of Gautam Rishi, and Tara, the wife of both Sugriv and Vali. At first, Tara was married to Vali, but when he was shot and killed, she became the wife of Sugriv. Mandodari was the wife of Ravana, but after he was killed by Lord Ramachandra, she lived with Vibhishan. Kunti had 5 husbands, namely Surya, the sun god, Pandu, Yamaraj, Dharmaraj, Vayu, the air god, and Indra, the king of heaven. But still, she is considered superior to all other chaste ladies. Draupadi also had 5 husbands, but still she is celebrated as Kanya, a sacred unmarried girl. Although these 5 ladies were apparently married to someone else, and although some of them even may have had more than one husband, they always thought, Krishna is my beloved, my heart and soul. Their marriages were therefore not obstacles to their bhakti. Oh, this isn't moving. That's so strange. The heck? Let me try restarting this. Sorry about that. Didn't even realize until just now. Okay. What's going on? Okay. Okay. Oh, nobody mentioned anything. Okay, sorry about that. Their marriages were therefore not obstacles to their bhakti. These ladies are glorified and honored as Kanya because they loved Krishna or Ram more than their husbands. Among all chaste ladies, the gopis are the most superior. Ordinary ladies have the mood that someone other than Krishna, someone in a male body of earth, water, fire, air, stool, urine, and so many other abominable things, is their pati, their husband. Pati actually means he who saves one from all sufferings, sorrows, and death, and who supports with prema and knowledge. Such a person is truly pati. Our husbands cannot do this. They cannot save us from becoming old. They cannot save us from our hair turning white. So actually, our beloved, our husband, our all in all is Sri Krishna. There is no impediment in bhakti for those who think like this, even if they are married. As explained earlier, the gopis of Vrindavan were married by the trick of Yoga Maya. They are non-different from Sri Krishna and Srimati Radhika. Srimati Radhika is the Hladini Shakti, the internal pleasure-giving potency, and Swarup Shakti, the personal intrinsic potency of Krishna. Radha and Krishna are like the sun and its heat, or water and its liquidity, which cannot be separated. The gopis who easily took part in Raslila and served Sri Krishna are Kaya Vyuha, manifestations of Srimati Radhika. Although externally they were married to other gopas, those marriages are false. Those marriages are only meant to create a mood in the gopis that we are wives of other gopas. Because they love Krishna, they have no connection with their husbands at all. Such love is called parakiya. Parakiya ras means that the gopis are married to other persons, but their affection and love is only for Krishna. Whether or not they are actually married to someone else, they are all parakiya and far superior to any other chaste lady. I should go after. Uddhav's lesson in Vrindavan. Uddhav, Krishna's friend and prime minister in Dwarka, was never married. From boyhood, he was a strict celibate brahmachari, as were Narad Muni and Shukadev Gosvāmī. These elevated and renounced devotees all wanted to take the foot dust of the gopis upon their heads. Why is this? Uddhav prayed, Asamaho charanarenu dusamaham syam vrindavane kimapi golmalato shadhina yadushtyajam sajanamaryam patam chahitva dhejur mukunda padavim shrutibhir vimrekyam. Śrīmad Bhagavatam 10:47-61. The gopis of Vrindavan have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members who are very difficult to give up, and they have forsaken the path of chastity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Krishna, which one should search for by Vedic knowledge. Oh, let me be fortunate enough to be one of the bushes, creepers, or herbs in Vrindavans, because the gopis trample them and bless them with the dust of their lotus feet. Vande Nanda Vrajastrinam Padarenum Abhikshnasha Yasyam Harikatod Gitam Punate Bhuvana Trayam. Śrīmad Bhagavatam 10:47-63. I repeatedly offer my respects to the dust from the feet of the women of Nanda Mahāraja's cowherd village. When the gopis loudly chant the glories of Sri Krishna, the vibration purifies the three worlds. Uddhav went to Vrindavan and realized the glories of the gopis. He had previously thought, I am superior to all other devotees. However, when he came to Vrindavan, he understood, Krishna has sent me to learn something in this school of prema, the devotional school of the gopis. Now I see that I am not even qualified to receive admission. Why has Krishna sent me here? I am not even qualified to submit my name in that school. The standard of the gopis' devotion is so much higher than mine. I cannot give myself to Krishna as the gopis have given themselves. Because they have given up everything to serve Krishna, I want to glorify them by taking their foot dust upon my head. They have given up their shyness, their fame, and their service to their husbands. They have forgotten to take meals and to decorate themselves, and they have even forgotten their own bodies. If I am not qualified to even enter their school, how will I get a chance to obtain their foot dust? Therefore, Uddhav felt hopeless, quite hopeless. He considered, I am not qualified to touch their lotus foot dust, not even one dust particle. So I will simply offer obeisances in their direction. There were millions of gopis. Uddhav could neither count them, nor could he understand their moods. So how could he pray for the dust of their feet? There would be no end to his praying. Finally, he resolved, I should take only one dust particle from one of the gopis. Then, by attaining the mercy of that one prominent gopi, I will automatically achieve the mercy of them all. Shri Krishna encouraged him in his heart, O Uddhav, if you like, you can surely select one gopi from whose feet you want to take one particle of dust. Whom did he select? Srimati Radhika. He wanted just one of the millions of dust particles at her lotus feet. He considered, even though I am not qualified for this, if I can pray, even from far away in the direction of one particle of dust, my life will be successful. It was in a garden near the border of Nandagaon that Uddhav realized the glories of the gopis. There he saw the gopis feeling so much separation that sometimes their outer senses were inert. He contemplated, my life has become successful simply by coming to the school of the gopis, even though I was not admitted. Just by breathing the air that comes from that school, my life has become successful. It is this love of the gopis as glorified by Uddhav that is called Unatojala Ras. The gopis control Shri Krishna by their exalted love. The phrase dust from the lotus feet has many meanings, and one meaning is follower of the gopis. Uddhav wanted the blessing to become the follower of the followers of the gopis, so that he could learn how to love Krishna like the gopis, so that his love could also control Krishna. Still, he failed to attain this. Shankar, Shiva, also wanted to personally become a gopi, and he performed austerities for that attainment. When Purnamasi Yogamaya became pleased and appeared before him, he prayed to join the Ras Leela. Is that right? The Ras Leela. Purnamasi mercifully dipped him in Brahmakund, and he immediately assumed the form of a teenage gopi, at which time he entered the arena of Ras Leela and hid in a grove. Meanwhile, the gopis and Krishna sensed that someone of a different mood had come. They asked each other, why are you not so happy today? What is the matter? After searching, they discovered the new gopi and asked her, who are you? What is your name? Who are your parents? What is your husband's name? Where is your in-laws' house? When Shankar in the form of a gopi could not reply, they began to slap her so much that her cheeks became swollen and she began to cry, Yogamaya, Yogamaya, save me! I will never again come to Vrindavan, and I will never dare to see or take part in Ras Leela. Purnamasi came and requested the gopis to be compassionate to Shankar. She is the object of my mercy, Purnamasi told them. The gopis thus accepted Shankar as a gopi. Krishna named her Gopishwar, she whose Ishwars, controllers, are the gopis, and blessed her to become the guard of the Ras Leela by saying that without her sanction, no one would be able to enter. Definition of Unatojula. The love of the gopis is called Unatojula. Unata means highest, and Ujjvala means more shining than the sun. More shining? More shining. Anyways. Like more brilliant than the sun? More, I don't know. And Ujjvala means more shining than the sun, charming Krishna with one's heart and pleasing him in every respect. The affection of Srimati Radhika The affection Srimati Radhika exhibits the highest mood of this Unatojula ras, and her mood is indicated in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.11. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavartam anukulena krishnanu shilanam bhaktirutamam. The cultivation of activities which are meant exclusively for the pleasure of Sri Krishna, or, in other words, the uninterrupted flow of service to Sri Krishna, performed through all endeavors of the body, mind, and speech, and through the expression of various spiritual sentiments and bhavs, which is not covered by jnana and karma, and which is devoid of all desires other than the aspiration to bring happiness to Sri Krishna, is called Uttama Bhakti, pure devotional service. Ultimately, the words Bhaktir Uttama doesn't need to be a typo. Ultimately, the words Bhaktir Uttama denotes this highest affection of the gopis Parakiya Bhav Unata Ujjvala Ras. In the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna personally came to taste this topmost mood of Srimati Radhika, but he could not distribute this mood, because it is the wealth of Srimati Radhika alone. Even Srimati Lalita and Srimati Vishakha do not have her mood of Madhan, the highest platform of Unatojula ras. They can experience up to Mohan or Modhan, which is somewhat lower. In these separation moods, Srimati Radhika became so absorbed in Krishna that when Uddhav approached the gopis to give them a message from Krishna, she did not see him at all. Instead, she thought that a bee flying around her feet was Krishna's messenger. She spoke with that bee in many moods, sometimes angry and sometimes favorable. Perhaps it was Krishna himself who had come in the form of the bee in order to taste all her loving sentiments. She told the bee, "You are a madman and very impure. Go away from here. I am so pure. Do not try to touch my feet. Why have you come in this form? I think you have done so to increase our anger. You are so foolish that you cannot think properly of how to pacify the anger of the gopis. You don't know how to pacify us?" Hearing this, Uddhav considered, "Oh, this is the mood of real devotion. I do not know anything about such love." He heard all of her talks from very far away, and saw her Unata Ujjvala ras from very far away. He was not able to experience even a spark, a sprinkle of that ras. He could not be compared with any entity of Vrindavan, not even a cow or a calf. The cows of Vrindavan loved Krishna much more than Uddhav loved him. Krishna approached the cows like their son. He came to the calves as their friends, and stroked and hugged them, just as one friend is affectionate with another. Sometimes he massaged their legs and put very soft, sweet grass in their mouths, saying, "Take it, my friend." Uddhav could not realize this love, or love like this, and that is why he is not qualified to remain in Vrindavan. That is why he had to return to Mathura. Sri Krishna was very anxious to taste that mood. If one does not have such love and affection, he cannot realize Krishna. How sweet he is, how beautiful he is, and how beautifully he sings. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give some sprinkles, some very little particles of this to the jivas of this world. The jivas would not be able to withstand the Unatojula ras he tasted. They have no capacity, no qualification to have such a high class of affection. Only Srimati Radhika and her Kaya Vyuha expansions can experience this. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not come to give this type of Unatojula ras. 1 second, I just need to see what was I planning to read up to today. Okay. What then has Mahaprabhu come to give? He came to give Unatojula Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam. In this connection, there's more emphasis on the final words, Swabhakti Shriyam. Swa means own, and Swabhakti means own bhakti. Whose own? Srimati Radhika's own. Krishna's bhakti means Radhika's bhakti, because Radhika is a personification of Krishna's bhakti. Shri Krishna wanted to taste the essence of supreme devotion to himself, which is Radhika's love, and he wanted to distribute to the qualified jiva his bhakti shriyam. The word swa refers only to Radhika. Bhakti refers to Radhika's bhakti, and Shri means shobha, or beauty. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give the beauty of Srimati Radhika's Unatojula Ras. The following example will help us understand the meaning of beauty in this connection. Let us imagine a creeper. If that creeper has no leaves, no fruits, and no flowers, then it has no beauty. However, suppose the creeper has many green leaves, many flowers on each branch, many manjaris, and some very sweet and delicious reddish or golden grapes that cuckoos are always eating, after which those cuckoos sing very sweetly. If the air touches and plays with that creeper, all its leaves become happy and begin to dance. At this time, the manjaris also dance with happiness. This is the beauty of that creeper. If the creeper has no leaves, no manjaris, and no fruits, the air will not play with its branches. It will have no taste to play. If we see a creeper sporting with the air, its leaves are always dancing. We are seeing the beauty of that creeper. Sorry, if we see a creeper sporting with the air, its leaves always dancing, we are seeing the beauty of that creeper. Similarly, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give the beauty of Srimati Radhika's Unatojula Ras, not her Unatojula Ras. He wanted to give the beauty of Srimati Radhika's Unatojula Ras. The creeper represents Srimati Radhika herself. And what is the beauty? The beauty is her sakis. If there are no sakis, there is no beauty. Therefore, Srimati Radhika is always surrounded by 4 kinds of sakis: Swapaksha, Vipaksha, Tatastha, and Suhrida. The Swapaksha gopis are on the side of Srimati Radhika. They are her intimate sakis. Although Chandravali and all her sakis are Vipaksha, opposed to Radhika, the opposition in Vrindavan is not like that of the material world. In Vrindavan, the feelings of opposition, as well as all other sentiments, are varieties of prema, or transcendental love. Other sakis are in the middle. They are called tatastha, meaning neutral, and still others are called suhrida, meaning friendly. Suhrida is not swapaksha, not vipaksha, and not tatastha. With Radhika, the Suhrid Paksha Sakis are friends, and with Chandravali, and with Chandravali and other Vipaksha Sakis, they are tatastha. Those who are tatastha, those who are tatastha to Srimati Radhika and her Sapaksha Sakis are Suhrida to Chandravali. What is the meaning of Shriya, or beauty? No, it's not a long I. Okay. What is the meaning of Shriya, or beauty, in the phrase Swabhakti Shriya? Among the Swapaksha Sakis of Radhika, there are 5 divisions: Saki, Nitya Saki, Pran Saki, Priya Saki, and Parama Prishta Saki. Although these Sakis are associates of Radhika, some of them have an inclination towards Krishna, while at the same time, they always have the disposition to serve both. They are neither tatastha, nor suhrida, nor vipaksha. They are swapaksha, but they have an inclination towards Shri Krishna. Okay. I'm curious about this A at the end. Those Swapaksha gopis who are inclined towards Srimati Radhika and are very near and dear to Radhika are called Priya Sakis or Narma Sakis, and Parama Prishta Sakis are Priya Narma Sakis. Some examples of which are Lalita, Vishaka, and Chitra. Those whose sole inclination is towards Radhika and who think that without Radhika they cannot live, and who think that Radhika is their life and soul are called Nitya Sakis and Pran Sakis. Among the Nitya Sakis and Pran Sakis, the Pran Sakis like Rup Manjari and Rati Manjari are prominent. These two divisions of Sakis always serve Srimati Radhika. If Krishna is defeated by Srimati Radhika at various sports and games, they are very glad and clap. Like that, what is it? Vagyuda Keli Kutuke Vajrajasuno, Jitwa Madam Atikatarka, Vikashichalpam, Kula Virala Viranalpam Viramana. If Sri Krishna defeats Radhika, then they themselves feel defeated and they make a sad or sour face. Those like Lalita may laugh and enjoy, but the Pran and Nitya Sakis will feel sorrow. These Nitya and Pran Sakis are always with Radhika. Lalita, Vishaka, and other Sakis like them do not always enter the Kunj when Radha and Krishna are performing certain confidential pastimes, but these Sakis have the freedom to enter at any time. They have a free pass to serve there. Lalita, Vishaka, and Sakis. Lalita, Vishaka, and other Sakis, right? And other Sakis may hesitate, but those like Rup Manjari and other Pran Sakis and Nitya Sakis will not. They can do any service at any time. When Krishna meets with Srimati Radhika, these Sakis taste whatever Radha and Krishna taste together, even when they are far away from them. They relish everything, and they have no need at all to meet with Krishna separately. These Nitya Sakis and Pran Sakis are called Manjaris, and they are the beauty of Srimati Radhika's love, as mentioned in the phrase above, so bhakti shriyam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give the mood of these Nitya and Pran Sakis. The Jivas can never expect more than this. They cannot be like Lalita, Vishaka, and others like them. But do not think this service is a small thing. The pure love of the Manjaris is called Unatojula Ras, Tattad Bhave Chatmika. Such gopis do not want to directly meet with Sri Krishna themselves or serve him directly. Rather, they become happy by seeing the unlimited pleasure in the meeting of Radha and Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this mood of service to Srimati Radhika through Harinam Sankirtan, and he himself has tasted Unatojula Ras, the three moods of Srimati Radhika. One with the mood of a Manjari can taste the beauty and sweetness of Sri Krishna's flute song and every other feature of Krishna. If he has no such prem, he cannot relish such a taste. As mentioned above, no one other than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has ever mercifully given this Unat Ojala Rasam Sabhakti Shriyam. Before him, Dasyaras, Sakyaras, and Vatsalyaras had been somewhat given by Madhvacharya, Ramanuja, and other acharyas. However, the Shri Aswabhakti Shriyam Unatojala Ras had not been given for a long time. The Shri Swabhakti Shriyam Unatojala Ras had not been given for a long time, since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come previously on the previous day of Brahma. This is the highest benediction. If anyone has some greed for this attainment, even a little taste, by reading Chaitanya Charitamrita and by hearing these subjects, he will give up everything at the lotus feet of his Gurudev, his Shiksha Guru, or any pure devotee, and try to collect this nectar. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati Kriyatam Yadi Kuto Pilabhyate Tatram Lolam Api Mulyam Ekalam Janma Koti Sukriter Nalabhyate. At Sri Chaitanya 870. Pure devotional service and Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activity and hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is, intense greed to obtain it. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. So that's all we're reading for today, and we will finish up this chapter tomorrow. Preparation for the Lord's Advent. Shri Advaita Acharya is a manifestation of Mahavishnu, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, and then Mahaprabhu's gift of bhakti. Yes. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Sorry I can't see anybody who's here because for some reason the chat hasn't been working. So, but yeah. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Nithura Vishtam Vishnupad Ashtara Shata Shishmar Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Nithura Vishtam Vishnupad Ashtara Shata Shishmar Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai, Nithura Vishtam Vishnupad Ashtara Shata Shishmar Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nithila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shatashmar Bhaktivedānta Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai, Nithila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shatashmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nithila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shri Goksharas Babaji Mahārāja Ki Jai, Nithila Pravishta Shri Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai, Nithila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja Ki Jai, Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasha Gunath Shara Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vaja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund Ki Jai, Shri Mana Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai, Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai, Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Vindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavadai Namo Namaha Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyai Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranam everybody. See you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.